Hi, you want to start making money off of Forex but don't know where to begin? I've got a simple and effective strategy that is literally perfect for beginners. We're going to clear up the primary principles of trading, simple tools and approaches that will help you earn at financial markets. Let's start. Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about one of the hottest topics in the world of trading, that being whether we should settle for Forex or binary options. Both tools offer unique opportunities for making money, but they also have their own peculiarities, nuances, risks, and strategies. In this video, we'll break down the main differences between the two and help you understand which one is right for you personally, and of course, I'm going to give you guys useful tips for successful trading. Today we're trading at the Pocket Option Broker, which allows you to trade both binary options and Forex. You can find the link in the description below this video. And let's get started finally. So let's start with binary options. When trading binary options, what matters is how much time you invest in your trading. So let's do a little example. Let's find a situation we can work with. Let's take this situation for example. In this case, there's a certain resistance level that I see a lot of pullbacks from. This all tells me that this level is strong and it's quite possible that there will be another pullback here. So yeah, I hope it's clear so far. Therefore, I'm placing a downward trade with $25 for 1 minute. 1 minute is our expiry time, and if the price gets below my entry point during that minute, I will get my net profit. If the price goes above my entry point in a minute, I will lose the $25. Pretty simple. I receive an 80% payout, so my net profit is $20 in this case. The payouts are fixed here. They may change slightly, but that's quite a rare occurrence. On average, binary options payouts vary between 70% and 92%. So yeah, let's see how our trade goes. And also guys, if you ever have any questions, you can always ask me on my Telegram channel via the link in the description. Let's see how our trade goes. There's literally like 3 seconds until the end of the trade, and I think it will be a solid profit. Yep, just like I said, we managed to net $20 and my account balance is already at $820. As you can see from my trade example, our job in binary options is to capture small and short-term price fluctuations. Let me open another trade as an example, and then we're going to move on to Forex. The market situation is quite interesting today. Many experts talk about potential changes. If you want to be aware of all the news and get advice on your next possible steps, subscribe to my Telegram channel where I regularly share relevant info and forecasts. The link is waiting for you in the description. So here is another situation. I'm placing a trade upwards for 1 minute. In this case, we are dealing with a certain local support level from which a pullback may well be expected. Because firstly, I have already seen decent reactions to this level in the chart's history. And secondly, when the price approached this level, we saw a weak candle in favor of the seller. This tells us that it's quite possible that there will now be another pullback because buyers are indeed emerging in this area. So yeah, let's see how this trade goes. My trade failed. That's not a big deal at all. I'm just gonna increase the deal's amount. So the candle closes and I open a trade upwards with double the initial amount. If this trade closes in a profit, I will recoup the losses from the last trade and make a little extra profit on top of that at the same time. Let me zoom in on the chart to explain why I opened a covering trade here. Basically, in this case, as I said, we have a support level, but it has been falsely broken. Why so? May you ask, why is it a false breakout? Because after the breakout, we got this candle with a big shadow and a small body at the bottom. This candle shows the weakness of the seller and indicates that there is a buyer over here who will insist on driving the price higher. So we captured a solid motion and we're taking our profit. As you can see, I was literally able to have 40% to my deposit for 2 trades. That is a good result, guys. So as you can see, trading binary options is very easy. Now let's move on to Forex and figure things out there. So now we're moving on to Forex. To open Forex, click on the trading area and select Forex MT5 Real Account. Now let's see what Forex trading is all about. Unlike binary options, our profit depends on how big the move we capture, how long of a distance the price overcomes. Let's imagine we opened a trade at this point, for instance, and we closed it at, this point here. Our payout then depends on the difference between our entry point and our close point. Same principle applies to a loss. Let's say we also opened the trade down, but we closed it conditionally at that point. Our loss would also be calculated based on the difference between our entry point and our close point. So let's open the trades on this currency pair. I'm going to open a downward trade, so I select the sell button. And I also need to set the volume of my position here at Forex. The volume is counted in lots here. To make it more convenient, the broker automatically calculates the amount of our lots in dollars here. My position volume will therefore be $822. And now let's go through the setting of our position. If we open the following tab, this one right here, the take profit and stop loss settings appear in front of us. Let me briefly explain what these mean. So, take profit is a fixation of our profit. Pretty simple. For example, if we had opened a trade at this point, we would have set the take profit around here. So we think that the price should reach this point. And as soon as the price reaches this point, our trade is automatically closed with a fixed profit. Alternatively, stop loss, on the other hand, is a loss limit. If we set a stop loss at, this point and the price reaches our stop loss, our trade is automatically closed with a loss. And now let me quickly set everything up and open a trade finally here at Forex. So I've opened my trade. Let's take a look at it. My trade is displayed right here. Now let's analyze our chart. In Forex trading, you should understand that we are considering more global pictures and larger time frames for Forex trading, as Forex trades are often very long and can last for weeks, or even months. So yeah, in this situation, I'm looking at a 1 hour time frame. And in this case, I can see there was the support level here that was recently updated, and the price returns to this level after that. Such an occurrence is called the level retest. And basically, after such a retest, the price keeps going in its primary direction, which is downwards in this particular case. So yeah, let's remove these lines and take a closer look at the candles now. And if we look at the candles, we can see that there are big shadows at the top. These shadows show us that there is a strong seller out there right now who will push the price down. And if we look at the overall picture, the overall chart motion, we can also see here as a confirming factor that the overall chart course is downwards. So yeah, now let's wait for my trade to close. So my dear friends, so much time has passed since I opened the trade. Let me close it myself without waiting for the price to reach take profit. To close the trade, we click on close right here and confirm. and your position is automatically closed. So I made a profit of $25 with this position. Now let's take a look at the movement we were able to capture. Let's see what we got. I entered around the time this candle formed. Therefore, I was able to catch the move to update this high. To be honest, this is a relatively good result. That could have been even better if I had held on to this trade a bit longer, And yeah, I guess at this point, let's summarize the results. Which one is better, Forex or binary options, guys? Personally, I like binary options trading better as it gives me, the opportunity to open much more trades in a shorter period of time. But Forex trading should not be underestimated either. Either way, it's up to you to decide which one is better for you personally. And of course, if you don't have much time for trading but want to have a good and stable income, then I can recommend you my Telegram channel where I publish effective signals for binary options. So if you're willing to start making profits today, then subscribe to my Telegram channel using the link in the description below this video. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. See you very, very soon in my next video. Bye bye.